This Sunday at 8 o'clock, the Trackmania Grand League is back, so it's time to talk with a guy who has won both of the official season, both of them being hosted in 2020. Before we get into this season, Carl, I just want to sum up. How would you talk about 2020? I voted you as Player of the Year. I think 2020 was a great year for you, but how would you sum up 2020?
I think only considering performances. Hi, by the way. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I think considering performances, it was one of my best year. I think in the game. So that's good because I'm an old guy now. So like I can still look forward to the next years. But yeah, TMGL, the first one in Lyon, meant a lot to me. So I was really prepared, and I did. I think it was my best tournament ever. So that was really nice. Then came the new format for TMGL. I was not looking that forward to it, but in the end, I managed to win it. But then again, it's not like really prestigious because everybody could have won it in the top four.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, I did, and I'm really happy about that. And ZRT Cup, well, you know how it went. I played well, but Gwen was better. So it was a really good year. Like in all the major I played, I was really happy with how I did it.
What would you say is the thing that you will remember from 2020? Is it your performance in Lyon? Is it the impact of the new game? What do you think will stand out once you look back at 2020, let's say, in 5 years?
Um, I actually think it's my performance in the first TMGL in Lyon, because I don't know, it meant a lot for me in a weird way. It's been a long time since I haven't won that that September tournament. Normally the prestigious one, I only won like Zarty, and not the tournament where everybody was really motivated. So I was in that tournament, and it meant a lot. Actually, it was a nice victory.
You summed up 2020 as maybe one of the best years in your career. Now we're heading into a new year, that being 2021. If you look into 2021, what goals do you have? What motivation do you have? What is on your list for achievements in 2021?
What goals do I have? I don't know. For this TMGL season, I don't have much really. Maybe qualifying into the playoffs, because my goal is already achieved in qualifying for the World Cup. Since me and Gwen are already qualified for being in the top two last playoffs. So I'm looking forward way more for the World Cup than for the TMGL season 2. And then again, the ZRT Cup will come, but I don't know if it will be in an event. I doubt it. How it goes, but we'll see. We'll see how the announcement will be. But I might be really motivated to play that as well.
Yeah, if you look into the sort of 2020 ended with only one LAN event being hosted. I mean, you can say two LAN events because both took place at the same weekend. But if you look into 2021, it's like unsure. Will Serati Cup take place? Will even Ubisoft and they try to hold something offline? They have sort of this green mentality now. But can you tell us, if there is only online events, how much will that impact your motivation? Because once I see you at LAN events, it's sort of a different CarlJr. It's sort of like in that zone, but how much does that sort of motivate you, that an online event compared to an offline event?
Well, if we're talking about the World Cup, even if it's online, you gotta be motivated to have a chance. But for TMGL season, for playoffs, that will always be online. Of course, I'll be less motivated, and the victory will mean less. Yeah, I miss those LAN events.
Yeah. That makes two of us. Let's talk about this upcoming event, that being Trackmania Grand League Winter 2021. How much have you prepared? How much are you going into this Sunday? How important is the current step going to be for you?
I'm actually decent on all maps. I played a lot. I'm prepared. We all had 1 month to be prepared, and we all are. The thing is, the level is really stacked, and a mistake can happen to everybody. So if you do it, you lose all your points, and then again, you'll be upset. So I'm not really looking to have expectations because I'll be like upset pretty quickly in that league. That's how it goes. So I'll just play and we'll see how it will be because a mistake really comes quick.
Do you think that this season is more stacked than last season? Do you feel that each year the level gets up, or would you say that it sort of stabilizes itself where you don't really notice a skill level difference once you have new players coming in and bad or the
Um,
worst players going out?
the thing is with the arrival of Mada, he's really motivated. He's really fast on the campaign, and he's training a lot. So he'll be a really good contender for sure. So no offense to Matt, but I think Mada is a way better challenger than Matt, at least on TMGL maps and on 6 laps. And then again, Link replaced
Yonex.
Yannick's. I think it's pretty equal. I don't know who's better, or I don't know who can do best. Both of them, they are both really good drivers, and depending on the day, they can both like be better than each other. I don't really know, but I think the level is more stacked just because of the replacement of Matt. And like on paper, the level should be more stacked the more we go. But yeah.
I made this tier list this season as well. Last season I had 4 different candidates for the win. In the end I was somewhat correct, but I also felt that I was somewhat not the most ballsy pick because you can pick 4 different winners. So this season I only picked 2 candidates for or a real contender for that win, that being you, that being Gwen. And I feel that that is sort of the storyline in Trackmania, even if you look back to last year, it's sort of who is the best Trackmania player at the moment. Then people bring up 2 names, that being you and Gwen. But before we started talking about that sort of rivalry, would you say that there are only 2 winner candidates, or is this tournament more open that maybe people realize?
No, of course, there are no only 2 candidates. Like you cannot like avoid Pac or Kappa or even Meta with the time he did, with the times he did. But the thing is, like the predictions on a season, like it wouldn't even surprise me if me or Gwen end up like 13 a year in a season, because how the point system is. Like it could happen. Like you could have a super unlucky season and always crash on map 5 and 6, and it could happen. Like I think that the only guy that I would put in the top 300% sure on this season is Papu. Like I would put Papu before me and Gwen, even though the result last year showed differently. But I would still put Papu in front, at least only for the season. In playoffs, it's different though.
Do you think that once you look back at the results from the playoffs and compare them to the results of the group stage, I think actually the list was somewhat the same. You had the same in the top 2, same in the top 4, same in the top 6, etc. Do you think that we will see that once again, or do you think that this playoff system is a system that maybe can be sort of everything can change, we can have some surprises, and maybe we have a new champion because now we have you winning 2 seasons in a row?
Yeah, of course. Like the season is based. The whole system is based on being a show. So of course upsets can happen. Of course the underdog can win. Of course like the biggest names can be last. Like it's based on a show. Like even last playoffs, I almost went out in the first round of the playoffs because I couldn't get into my match. So yeah, it could happen. Like it could happen that me and Gwen and Pac like don't qualify for the playoffs this season. It could happen.
But is it some sort of motivational factor that now you have a new contender coming up that is Gwen, that you have some players in the community saying that he is the best player? Do you feel that you have some motivation in yourself to show that I am actually the best player? I want to show that I am even better than him. Do you feel that to prove it to yourself, prove it to the community, is there some motivation to that?
It's hard to say because in ZRT, I don't know. Like he's just, to me he's as good as Pac in TMGL. He's as good as Brand in ZRT. So he's really insane. Like I think in learning a map, I've never seen that in my life. Like he will beat every tech player in learning maps. I've never seen that. And so in learning maps, like he's the best. Like for me, I never saw that. Like he did a 14-0 against Pac that is really good at learning. He's sick, dude. He's insane. But in Zarty maps, I actually think he's not better than Brand, or in Team Jill, I don't think he's better than Pac, for example. At least when everybody's no lifed. But in learning maps, he has the edge. Like if you win a Cup of the Day against Gwen, you're a beast.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's the start of a new year, so my final question to you is that now that it's 2021, it's like 9 years ago since you placed on the podium for the first time in a World Championship. 9 years at the top level in Trackmania. How long do you think that you will go on? How long do you see the future going on now that you head into a new year into your career?
I don't know. Well, it's like watching Carl play. I don't know, he's 31, I think, and I feel like he's better than ever in his career. So I think, and actually in Trackmania, you don't like, it's not like an FPS where if the 14-year-old that you're playing has better reflexes, you lose. It's more about like playing against yourself. I think aging can influence your performance with pressure or with consistency a bit, but I think a player in Trackmania can still dominate even if he's older than in other games, for example. So I don't know how I'll always be around, but I might, like, I finished my at least my first part of my studies. I'm motivated to maybe look for a job, So I Trackmania. We'll see how my Trackmania career will go, but I don't know. I actually don't know. I'll always be around, I might always try to do the World Cup, but the competition around the year, maybe this will be a step down. But we'll see. Like at least this year, I'll play both the MGL. I'll play the World Cup. I'll play all the prestigious events. But in the next years, we'll see. It might go down a bit.
For me, I hope you stay around as long as at least I am around, even if as a casual player or even as an interviewer. But final question to me is going to be you predicting this season. I asked you for a prediction in Lyon. You said that tomorrow the best player will win, and that's for sure. The best player won in Lyon. That was you, because that performance was solid. But prediction for the group stage first, and then who is going to be at the top spot in the group stage, not the season, not like the playoff, the group stage.
But I cannot say that the best player will win in the group stage, because it's not the same system. A really good player will win in the group stage, but maybe he won't be the best. So this is how we'll go. My top three. What do you want?
Sure. I mean, if you want, you can do like, let's say, like a tier list about. Do you think there will be more winner candidates than you and Gwen? And if so, who did I miss out on?
In this season, I really believe so. In everything else, I'm 100% sure you can add back with us. Even though he didn't. Well, the thing is, in TMGL, he was that close of winning the whole thing. So, Pac is up there no matter what with us. Even though he didn't achieve the top positions in everything else than tech last year, but Pac is up there for me. I don't know, so I'll say top 4. So my prediction, I'm not including me because I don't want to put pressure on myself. So first will be Pac. Second will be, dude, that's hard, man. Second will be,
welcome to my world.
Second will be, holy shit, okay. I'll put Gwen. No, you know what? I'm going full. No. Pac, Bren, Papu, Mada. No Gwen, no me in the top 4.
Oof. There we
Yeah,
have
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
That's a bang.
Yeah, that's my prediction. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see after the season and who was actually correct. Was it me? Was it you? And we have some sort of internal discussion with me and you, who is the quiz champion of Trackmania. Is yet to have that final showdown. G Geek is gonna make something. I'm reading Trackmania stuff every day now to prepare for that battle. But before that battle, before you eventually take a loss in Trackmania, I wish you the best of luck in Trackmania Grand League. And thank you so much for stepping up and doing this interview.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I would put Kappa fifth. Yeah, okay. I would end my prediction with Kappa fifth. Yeah. Because he's fucking sick on the maps. All right, there you go. Thanks for having me, Eirik.
That's it. Trackmania Grand League is taking place on Sunday at 8 o'clock. That being for the next 6 weeks. More interviews will probably follow. Bye bye.